Hey, what is going on guys? Tech Enthusiast here, and this is a camera comparison video between the Huawei Mate 20 Pro against the Xiaomi Mi 8. So how will the budget flagship phone from Xiaomi perform against Huawei's latest offering? Let's find out in this video. Just before starting the comparison, here is an overlook of the camera specs. The Huawei Mate 20 Pro has a triple camera setup, a 40 megapixel standard lens, 20 megapixel ultra wide angle, and an 8 megapixel telephoto lens with OIS. The Xiaomi Mi 8 has a dual 12 megapixel camera which also has 2x telephoto and OIS. As for the video recording, the Mate 20 Pro can record up to 4K at 30 frames per second and 1080p at 60 frames per second. As for the slow motion video, it can record 240 frames per second at 1080p and 950 frames per second at 720p. The Mi 8 can currently only record 4K at 30 frames per second, no 60 frames per second, not even on 1080p. And for slow motion video, it can record 240 frames per second at 1080p. Starting off, we have this rose. The Mate 20 Pro has a slightly more detailed photo, and you can just about distinguish more of the petals compared to the Mi 8. Next is the violet flower. Colors look about the same, however again the Mate 20 Pro has more details. On this photo of this tree bark, the details are about the same, however the Mi 8 has better color accuracy of the two. In this photo of the 8-bit DOE control pad, they both look very similar to each other. I'm not seeing any kind of differences. This photo of the Spider-Man mask, the Mate 20 Pro makes the red look a little bit darker than it actually is. The Mi 8 is more accurate of the two. On this photo, the Mate 20 Pro looks slightly washed and the Mi 8 is punchier in the colors. You can tell that by looking at the yellow. In this photo, you can see the zoom capabilities of both of the phones. The Mate 20 Pro is at 5x hybrid zoom and the Mi 8 is at 2x telephoto, a very big difference. Here is the first portrait photo, and the Mate 20 Pro is definitely more detailed here. As for the Mi 8, it ain't that bad, but not better than the Mate 20 Pro. Again, the same for the second photo. You can also see the Mate 20 Pro has better edge detection here. Here is a macro shot of a spider. The Mate 20 Pro did a decent job. As for the Mi 8, it could not focus in at all. Here is the first indoor low light photo. I'm not seeing any kind of differences here other than the Mi 8 being slightly warmer than the Mate 20 Pro. In the second indoor low light photo, the Mate 20 Pro is sharper and you can see the text on the Mate 20 Pro box. The photo taken by the Mi 8 is overall noisy. Moving on to outdoor low light photos, the Mate 20 Pro is using night mode and you can tell the differences between the two. The Mate 20 Pro is a lot cleaner and sharper than the Mi 8. And on the last photo, you can see the Mi 8 has a lot of noise compared to the Mate 20 Pro. This is a focus test video recording on the Mate 20 Pro to see how fast it focuses with the background and the foreground object. This is a focus test video recording on the Xiaomi Mi 8 to see how fast it focuses with the background and the foreground object. In this video comparison, do look out for the animated speaker icons so you know which device the audio is coming from. So this is a 1080p 30 frames per second video recording on the Huawei Mate 20 Pro against the Xiaomi Mi 8. Okay, so let's just go down and see what we have. Okay, that doesn't look good. Looks like a dead cat. Yes. Got some ducks swimming by. I'll just move up around from this area. So we've got the gulls here. One flew away. So a short jog to see how the video stabilization is between the two. And we're gonna come to a stop. This is a 4K 30 frames per second video recording on the Huawei Mate 20 Pro against the Xiaomi Mi 8. Now unfortunately the Mate 20 Pro doesn't do 4K at 60 frames per second, but hopefully it does have some kind of video stabilization. So let's find out with a short jog. And I'm gonna stop here and take a look at what we've got here. So the usual, the gulls, swans and pigeons. So that is the end of this camera shootout. For daylight photos, I would say the Mate 20 Pro has the better camera. It's better for portrait photos and telephoto. As for low light photos, indoors and outdoors, again the Mate 20 Pro is better. For video recording, the stabilization is slightly better on the Mate 20 Pro. On 4K, there is no stabilization on either of the phones, which is really disappointing. Now, having said that, the Mi 8 seems to have a little better audio in the video recording and a lot faster when it comes to focusing. For slow motion videos, they can both record 240 frames per second at 1080p, but the Mate 20 Pro can record super slow motion at 960 frames per second. So what did you think of this comparison video? Do let me know in the comment section. From the time I've had the Mi 8, Xiaomi have not bothered improving the camera experience at all. Huawei are definitely improving here, as you can see from the camera, in-screen fingerprint reader and reverse wireless charging, but it costs double the price of the Mi 8. Now if you have enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, then do consider subscribing to see more content. I will be comparing the Mate 20 Pro with the iPhone XS Max next, as well as the Pixel 3 and OnePlus 6T. Make sure you enable the bell icon to get notified when my videos drop. Do follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and like always, thanks for watching, and I will catch up with you in the next video.